Hello, hello. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Dragons in Modern. I guess I'll keep this on. Double Striker Rich is not the best. And having a Hardened Scales out on turn 1 feels like we're probably going to be under a lot of pressure very quickly. Trying to finish up a few. I don't know. I've been really enjoying the Shiko deck, probably because of all the powerful Modern Horizon nonsense cards we get to play. But to strike it rich or not strike it rich? I don't think this Ragavon's going to be getting a hit in on our opponents after our opponent's next turn, but we might as well put them to the test. Might alter their game plan a little bit. I've enjoyed the Shiko in part because you get to play all these powerful Modern Horizons cards, and I really do think at this point Modern is a Modern Horizons block format. It's dominate the cards, and it's whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It's okay because they are sets built specifically for Modern Horizon or for Modern, and so they should have a big impact on Modern, and it has impacted some of the staple decks while creating new ones as well. So I think as long as it doesn't totally erase, so they're going to pick off our Ragavon. As long as it doesn't totally erase all the old decks in favor of just the new decks, then I think it's okay. It's fun. But I wonder how much more powerful they can make these. Another land. Might as well swing in. They will kill it with the Walking Ballista. Not sure why we did that song and dance opponent. We will play an island. Your opponent on turn 2 plays a Hardened Scales, or by turn 2 has a Hardened Scales, a Urza Saga, and Walking Ballista on the battlefield, and you can already say the game's over. I mean, we have answers as a thing, we just don't have them in our hand, so we can always draw something, but if we don't draw a White Orchid Phantom of the White Orchid Phantom now, we're probably going to be dead. Flage does something, right? It'll pick off a Walking Ballista, pick off something else that they cast. That's their combo wombo, unfortunately. So then, exile target cover from graveyard. When a creature card's exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So now they can give their Walking Ballista, make everything a Walking Ballista from here on out. Fun times. We have really done good at drawing lands this morning. So we'll flage it up and they will respond by killing our board. And then we won't have a target. And they can exile our flage. Right, I mean, this is totally fine. We have 3 lands, they have all of that, and only 3 cards in hand. Oh man, so I got the Soul Cauldron. They might just exile the Walking Ballista and go infinite somehow, or they can exile the flage. But preserving our life total is coming back to haunt us because we can't even cast a flage should we fill our graveyard enough, and they can always retarget it in response. So what can we draw to help us out of this? There's another deck that makes me think the land destruction is got some legs with the so many artifacts in the format, so many utility lands just to blow up their blow up lands, blow up artifacts. Another reason why I think Brotherhood's End is often just a a good sideboard card. Sure will strike it rich. Could do this on our opponent's turn, but depending on what they draw, I think we need a kill spell. Our Shiko, and even Shiko is only going to be so good because our opponent can instant speed respond. Red, white, red, red, white. Don't need any more of those. Our hand is so terrible right now. Striker Rich, okay. I mean, Guide of Souls, would it be a better card here? It would be just as unimpactful, to be honest. It would give us something, but largely it would be just as unimpactful. Getting our Flage, because that's the right play. Our opponent is going to probably kill us this turn, hit us for 7, probably 8, and then Walking Ballista us away. Yeah, they're gonna Agatha Soul Cauldron to get the Ballista, put a counter on it, hit us for 8, ping us for 8. See what other stuff they got going on. Alright, so we have some things. We have Meltdown is probably our best. Again, Shiko's coming out because of the graveyard hate. Probably take out the Ragavans. I just don't see them getting through, being able to get through damage. Take out a Strike at Rich. Okay, well, I mean, we have things, right? The thing we lost a Black-White Catchermose. Game 1 was very close. And then with all of our sideboard cards to bring in against them in Game 2, we just sort of flooded out and dirtled while they hit. And they just had to turn 2 Solitude and then Failure for the going the distance. So we're not unprepared for this matchup. We have main deck land hate. Now we have multiple ways to blow up artifacts, more land hate. We have Skyclave Apparition to exile things. So, I mean, we have answers. We just need to find them and draw them. Or have them and draw them. Meltdown. This is where we want to be at, I guess. So definitely keep. Blow up some lands. Blow up some artifacts. I'll blow up some lands. I mean, we'll put it on top for now because we have things to do for the foreseeable future. We want to hit another land for the Magnetic Hellkite. We can go get our other Elegant Parlor. Okay, sure. Just run out all these artifacts, please. We can't White Orchid Phantom because we don't have anything to target. Now we have something to target. Hangerback Walker. Good for our opponent because it replaces itself. question is when you have things like Meltdown and Artifact, this deck can win out of nowhere. So the question is, when do you pull the trigger? I definitely want to take a turn off to blow up this land. Mantis Rider. We'll put it on top. We have things to do, so that'll give us something to do in the later stages of the game, and give us like a flyer, which might be relevant. All right, I mean, we're doing things. We are interacting. We're hoping we can keep our opponent off of nice lands. They keep playing these utility lands. We have 2 more ways of blowing them up, and now we have a Mantis Rider to cast if they play another basic or just don't have a land. We really want them just to dump their hand of artifacts. But normally, people who play Magic don't just do that. So certainly if they're sideboarding, then they'll play more carefully and sandbag thing, make us answer the board type of thing. Wear tear. Put that on top. When we are hitting, if we can't win a game with all of this stuff, then maybe it's time to switch decks again or just retire this one. No, we're in a position to answer everything they're doing. And how does this thing not have flying? It can gain flying, but it doesn't have flying. Now you can sacrifice, destroy target artifact you control. So we can Mantis Rider, see what they do, and try to survive and just hang in there another turn. They can put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. Let's see, 1 tap it so they can't. If a modular triggered ability would put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, that many +1/+1 counters are put on it instead. So then they can tap to put a plus, then they get 2 +1/+1 counters in response. Interesting. This can go on their walking ballista. So I think we go blue. I'm going to hold on to the Meltdown another turn. And what I'm expecting them to do is somehow get some shenanigans where they tap, put counters on it, then destroy it to get 3 tokens. And then they're going to block. Or not. I don't know. Yeah, the question is just when do we... I've said it, right? Pull the trigger on Meltdown. When, if you wait too long, you just die. Because this deck can just kind of win out of nowhere. They're just going to take their beats. Put a +1/+1 counter. This destroys target artifact. Okay, well, we'll see. Maybe we can destroy this and then Meltdown to get rid of all the Thopter tokens that it makes. Stomping Ground. Walking Ballista would be bad for us, because then they could just mow down our board. Cool. Keep running out those artifacts. We would like an untapped land, I think. Because now Meltdown has to be 2 for 3 mana. So we can destroy target artifact, Meltdown for 2. Assume they're going to do some shenanigans. By putting a counter on it. That's one shenanigan. Still have 3 cards in hand, though. We have some pressure. And they scoop it up. Alright, opponent. I mean, we are not going to draw well, but we had plenty of pressure. Okay, so sideboard cards coming in nicely. Hating on them well. Do we bring in Rest in Peace? So many sideboard cards against them. I think we just have to hope to have our answers again. I mean, we had exactly what we needed. We had the tools, and that's how you beat Hardened Scales Affinity. You just a little bit pressure and the right sideboard cards and the right main deck cards. So we have again land destruction into artifact hate. So that's good for us, obviously. What can we find? Skyclave Apparition is a good one. Okay, so we have land. Alright, we'll put it on top for now. It does give us something to play later. We have our second white source in Sacred Foundry. It does keep us playing off curve if we don't draw into another land, but we're going to at some point melt down. Alright, what do they have? Another Urza Saga. Into a question is, when do we want to run out the map? I think we're going to end up having to let them get their tokens. The Ozolith. That seems good. What do we want? Untap land, maybe? Skyclave Apparition. Exile up to 1 target non-land, so this is still an enchantment. What do we want to do? Could just Elegant Parlor. Maybe we should have attacked. Yep. Getting in for 3. Definitely should have attacked because we're not blocking. Sigh. Okay. Mistakes are being made. Preserve our life total. See if they have some sort of, I don't think they have a hexproof spell, but they could have one. Pump fake. Trying to activate Urza Saga, I guess. Or they have a way to protect it with something, which is not the best for us, but it's still like, we still have this meltdown to fall back on with whatever they search up, as long as it's not something that can kill us. Which you never know with Hardened Scales Affinity. Tameo Sake Keefing will keep it protected. Sure. And indestructible. Alright, well we just gotta hope they don't have another one of those, because Meltdown will not be as good if they can protect it like that. Alright, now we're gonna be ready to double block. I mean, yeah, maybe opponent's going for the win now. Or maybe they are... I mean, otherwise, why wouldn't you make... Walking Ballista for 0? Otherwise, yeah, why wouldn't you make a token there? A Walking Ballista. So our opponent has the entire combo. We are going to block. Preserve our life total. Right now we're going to take 6. Go down to 8. We have the Flage as sort of backup. Untap land would not be a bad thing, but I think, yeah, what is it? Magnetic Hellkite. So we will go red, red, red. They can put another counter on here. So they get another Thopter. You're going to get 2 Thopters out of it. And we just got to hope to fade a draw or 2. We have a handful of good stuff. They're going to get 3 Thopters. Well, that does mean we're not going to... We'll be... Yeah, going to deal some damage. We'll be taking less damage then from the Patchwork Automaton. Instead, we'll go to... Yeah, we'll just... So they're going to get some flyers. So now we're on a clock, but we have multiple flyers. and a Flage to gain us back some life. So we can just need to fade a couple draws here. We need them not to get like another Agatha Soul Cauldron, although we can answer it with this Skyclave Apparition. They're at 30. Not their best draw, I don't think. Alright, well, we're now holding down the fort. I mean, they can attack if they want. Hardened scales. Sure. We'll preserve our life total. Going in for some attacks. We'll gain some life. We're out of answers though. Our opponent can top deck. That was a good top deck from our opponent. If they find another way to, another piece to the puzzle, they're at 30 life. They have a lot of time to get back in it, but we do have a Flage coming our way. Hangerback Walker. It's a pretty good one for them. I mean, even with they can come with a couple more pieces. They can come back. That's for sure. Let's just put it that way. We can't even get the Flage out of the graveyard because we need 5 other cards. And forgot to do that. Well, now we can. And now we'll start chipping in. I mean, we have 3 flyers now and a Flage. They have a few turns to find the pieces they need to really go off. But they could be 1 draw away. Agatha Soul Cauldron would be one of the best. Arcbound Ravager is a really good one. So then they can sacrifice. Does it have protection for multicolored? It does. Okay, so we're going to take 4. That's a good draw for our opponent. Can they win the race? Can we find another? Alright, are we dead? I don't think we're dead yet. But we're going to get close. 1. Meltdown would be nice. Any sort of, they're all in. I mean, they didn't have to go all in there, but they did get us to 2. Any sort of artifact hate would be nice. But yeah, I mean, our opponent, you see the power and the comeback ability of this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot to tab it. That changes our plan a little bit. Johnny is fine. We were supposed to have another mana there. Then we would have, I was going to have double protection against whatever they find. I mean, if they find a Agatha Soul Cauldron, they're 1 draw away. Agatha Soul Cauldron and we're dead. It's an Agatha Soul Cauldron. Man, what a comeback from our opponent. Yeah, I mean, we had them dead on board, and they top decked exactly what they needed to get. And it's got reach and trample, so we can block, block, block. That not tapping our flagstones is going to cost us. They won't kill it, will protect us, but then they'll ping us for a 5. So not sure. Okay, I think is there not a Walking Ballista in their graveyard? Okay, well, so good thing I didn't scoop because so we go, they're going to hit us for 10 with Scott Trample, so that's 10 to block, and then a Johnny, so I think we're just going to have to keep chipping away. Assume they're going to block. No, they didn't even block. Alright, I guess they want something, that for something. What do they find now? They have they can put another counter. They can now do Hangerback Walker. And then get all these have this as an 11 and 11, and then get 11 1/1 tokens, at which point we'd be in trouble. But if we can flip the Ajani, we may just be able to burn them out. So block, block, block. They might not assign damage to this. Who knows? And then, yep. What a crazy game this has been. And they scoop it up. I don't know why, because they could have easily just, maybe they had to go. It's lunchtime, but they could have swung in. We would have triple blocked. Flipped the Ajani, gotten 3 creatures. They still wouldn't have been dead. I don't know. Anyway, for CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. Catch y'all on the next one.